Transformers: Rise of the Beast is rolling out into theaters, but will it be able to bring back fans that are burnt out on the franchise? This is Doesn't Hold Up, and I'm Emily. For the first time in this long-running franchise, the Maximals have joined the fight. Here's our review of the newest Transformers movie. It's time to maximize. Rise of the Beast has taken the Transformers story from the 1980s to 1994, so there's a lot of nostalgic scenery, style, and more that is done quite well for the most part. But a lot of the nostalgia comes from the music. TLC's Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls and Notorious B.I.G.'s Hypnotize are two of the more well-known songs, with the former mainly being sung in the movie by one of the characters. Both songs have the distinct 90s feel to them. Just a shame they were released as singles in 1995 and 1997 respectively. If they were going to set the movie in 1994, maybe they should have done a little more research on the songs they wanted to use. Yeah, they're famous songs, but it took me right out of the movie when I heard them. Honestly, I'm just nitpicking here. It didn't actually ruin any big aspect for me. In this newest installment, the Autobots are trying to retrieve the Transwarp Key, an item that allows travel across universes, so they can use it to get back to their home planet, Cybertron. Along the way, they gain some human allies, Noah Diaz, played by Anthony Ramos, and Elena Wallace, played by Dominique Fishback. They aren't the only ones looking for the key though, because Unicron, a planet eater, has sent his General Scourge to find the key as well, so that Unicron can use it to devour planets one at a time. The Autobots seem to be outmatched by the dark power Scourge and his team have, until they find some help from Optimus Primal and the Maximals. This is where the strength of the movie lies, the story. Every Transformers movie we've had to date, from 2007's Transformers through 2018's Bumblebee, felt like the focus was on the human story and the Transformers were just shoved in somewhere. Whereas with Rise of the Beasts, the Transformers were the focus. It is 100% the Autobots, Maximals, and Terracon's story. That shoves some humans into it, so the audience has someone to connect to. For about 90% of the movie, a Transformer is on screen somewhere, which is a huge departure from earlier titles in the franchise where we had to follow regular humans and their romance stories, or the humans in the military and their stories. When I go to a Transformers movie, I want the focus to be on the actual Transformers, and this movie does not disappoint at all with that. The performances of the actors in this movie, both on screen and voice work, were excellent. Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback seem to have a lot of fun, but also understand that the giant robots in disguise are the focus and never try to overstep their position in the story. The voice cast for this movie is incredible. Peter Cullen returns as the voice of Optimus Prime, a role he's been playing since 1986, so it's always great to hear him again. Especially because they give Optimus a darker, edgier side to him this time, which is really refreshing compared to what he's been before. Cullen is joined in the voice cast by some heavier hitters such as Ron Perlman as Optimus Primal, Peter Dinklage as Scourge, and the recent Oscar winner Michelle Yeoh as Airraiser. All fantastic in their own way, and bringing some real acting power behind these characters which makes them feel all the more real on screen. The standout in this film for me though is Peter Davidson as Mirage. He plays up the nostalgic catchphrases and vibe from the 90s without it ever stepping into cringy or corny territory. Somehow, he just makes it work, and even though he's a CGI robot alien, we still feel connected to him through Davidson's performance. The visuals are also a nice step up from the past as well. Every Transformer is completely visualized and made to feel as real as possible in this world, even if some, like RC, might look a little too clean and polished. The only time the visuals suffer is when the robots are moving very quickly and look slightly rubbery compared to previous scenes. Luckily, this only happens a handful of times throughout. The action scenes in this movie are also fantastic. Gone are the days of shaky camera work, editing to hell, and hiding the CGI in darkness and quick movements. We are now in the age of coherent action that is on full display for the audience to see, and there's something magical about it. If you want a clear, big robot alien fight, this is the movie that'll give you all you can handle. For a movie that is about war and fighting for a Transwarp Key, it has quite a bit of heart. There are times in this movie my jaw hit the floor because of what the writers had the audacity to include in the story. I even found myself getting teary-eyed at a few scenes as well, because I'm connected to everything that was happening. Overall, this is a great Transformers movie that I fear a lot of people are not going to see because they're burned out on the franchise as a whole. But if you are even slightly curious about this one, I would recommend you go see it. We're going to give Transformers: Rise of the Beasts an A. For a great story that has wonderful themes, outstanding performances, and finally give us the Transformers movie we always wanted. This is the best Transformers movie to date, not including the animated one from 1986. And if this is where the franchise had started, we would be having a very different discussion about its place in franchise history. I didn't enjoy the other movies outside of Bumblebee, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Transformers property, but I was never bored and enjoyed the outing from beginning to end. For once, I'm looking forward to what the next chapter has in store. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought of Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, and if you can't wait for what's next. In the meantime, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more great content, like our Across the Spider-Verse review, which you can click on right now. Also check out our podcast, Does It Hold Up?, anywhere podcasts are available. I'll see you next time. Bye!